So here I have the American Red Cross website, and I'm looking at a page about the blood donation process. Let's look at the links on this page. So here we have one that jumps out to me right away, basic eligibility. I love how when I hover over it, there is an underline. One thing that's interesting though is basic eligibility doesn't have a lot of meaning for me. And if I click in here, it says, okay, so we're talking about requirements by donation type. So I'm talking about basic eligibility requirements. I think even, oh, there's a pop-up. Sometimes that's great, sometimes not so great, right? I think sometimes even just saying basic eligibility requirements would have better information sent than just saying basic eligibility. A lot of the other links on this page work pretty well. Here's one on the blood donor app. I would actually even include download the in the link itself, and I think that whole thing would then pop out, and I think that would be really great. Here is the Surfrider Foundation. They do really interesting work. This is another nonprofit organization. And you can see their links do a really nice job of popping out. I think they're dark enough to be accessible. You'd always have to double check that in some kind of color contrast. You can see though that this one is really long, and it starts to lose its effectiveness when most of the sentence is the link. So this is a great length here in the middle. Here's one that just says here. Instead of saying more on specific goals and just highlighting here, I would actually make the entire item a link. I also really wish when I hovered that something happened here to show that these are links, because otherwise, if it's color alone, it's typically not accessible. I like this link here. It says actively encouraging new members. So it looks like there must be some new members of this California Biodiversity Network, and I could learn more about it. So I would say that maybe Surfrider has some things they could change about their links to make them even better. Our last example is from the Shed Aquarium, which I believe is located in Chicago. And wow, clearly has some very cute animals like this otter. And you can see their links here have an underline, which I think is really important because they're going with a navy color for their links. And I think that could definitely be a little bit missed with the black regular text. So I like how they have this underline, and I also would love it if the color would change when I was over it, but I have to say at least the underline really makes it clear what is a link, and they seem to be doing a pretty good job of making sure it's not just like one word. These seem to be meaningful information rich links, and that we know will help your users. So just keep in mind that you want to have information-rich links, and you want them to be very clear so that the user can make a good decision about whether that is a good link for them to click on or not. We don't want them to be guessing. We know that uncertainty tends to lead people not to click on things. So we want to be very clear on what you will get should you click on this link.